Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Franco here, and I'm back with another Clash of Clans video today. And today I kind of want to go over some of the progress that I've been making with this whole trophy drop. So the reason I'm starting the episode without logging on is I wanted to show how many defenses I usually get, and it's kind of hard to like explain it without showing like visually. So here you can see I have 2, 4, 6, 8. Oh wait, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 defensive wins. And I've been doing this pretty consistently. So I dropped down to Bronze League, and usually, so that takes around to, I usually just dip slightly below 800 trophies. And then what happens is you get those 10 defenses like I just got, and you push all the way back up to however many trophies until you keep getting guards over and over again. So how it works is I get guards every time. Oh, I'll get to that later. I get guards every single time someone takes a percentage. So I think what happens is when someone drops like their warden, like this guy, the level 66 warden Felipe, I don't get a village guard. So someone can attack me right away, which is the goal. So I want to win as many defenses as possible. So in order to do that, you kind of don't want the village guard. And then if someone gets a star on me, see, nobody got a star on me in these defenses. I don't get a shield. So the guard might be 10 minutes. So if the last time I played was like 8:30 or something, or maybe like 9:30, and it's like 10:30 right now. So it's been like an hour, hour and a half, and I got 10 defensive wins, and I'm at 845 trophies. But if I were to wait a little bit longer. Usually it stops around like 1,000 that I'm getting these people that just drop and let me win defenses. And then eventually I'd be getting shields, but then I'd still win some defenses. But I bet if I wait long enough, I'd be around 1,200 trophies. But what I've been doing is I just go into matchmaking here. I've explained this in a couple of videos, and I just drop the queen and snipe with the giant arrow. I just find a random base like this, and I see that there's some dark elixir, so I'll take that. This is actually not that great of an example, because the giant arrow is not going to slice through other. I guess it sliced through a couple more resource buildings. But and then what I'm going to do is sometimes I like to drop the royal champion with the warden. And I like to do the Warden sometimes because I can use the ability and let the Queen heal back up so that next attack that I go into, she's at full health. And I'll just end the battle here because there's not that much loot here. So as I'm dropping, I'm getting more loot. But when I'm at that bottom and then I let people, so here's my loot actually. So it's not that great of loot dropping down in like Silver League, but as people attack me, they actually steal a decent amount. So I've been really struggling. I'm gonna go to my progress page quick. I've been really struggling. I don't think I've upgraded a single wall since I've been doing this trophy drop thing. So I've been really struggling to even get enough elixir and gold to do my upgrades in general. So that's why I'm upgrading this storage here because storage is only cost 6.5 million. And I struggled to get the tunnel. I think that cost 10 million. It's funny how much harder loot is when you're not in those like Crystal Master champions and you just get loot for free. Even Titans is significantly easier because I go on and it takes about like 10 to 15 minutes to drop down to the trophy range I try to get to is like 650 and then pop all the way back up. And the next I log on, drop down to 650. And I've been doing that over and over again. And so the reason I'm doing it is I'm trying to get this unbreakable achievement. And I'm not sure if you remember, I don't know what video I showed it, but I started and I was at 1,578 or 77 before I did this huge trophy drop push. So if we look at this season so far, so there's 15 days left. So we're right at the halfway point. I have 211 defensive wins already, which is such a crazy number. And I'm sorry for letting everybody wait as I explain this thing to show the number that I'm at so far. But I've only been doing this for like 4 days, maybe. So 4 days, I have 15 more. So that's 3 times that. I'm going to be at around maybe like 700 defensive wins per month. So I'm going to get this unbreakable achievement hopefully pretty soon. And another thing that I do here, I'll do it right now as I find this match. So I kind of like it depends on how quick you want to drop down a trophy. So sometimes I'm like, oh, I just want to drop down really quick. But then other times like, oh, there's some loot. So like I'll let the heroes battle out a little bit and like not lose too much health. Wow, this is actually kind of weird how there's 715,000 gold and 183 elixir, but the storages look the same. So it has to be like one of these collectors or something, which is really weird. I'm going to risk it and do the giant arrow across the collectors. No, so it's not in any of those collectors. That was actually a huge waste. I'll just end the battle because the queen's on a good location to get more loot. But sometimes what I do is, other than getting the loot, or sometimes if I'm like, I just want to drop down quick, I don't really care about the loot or whatever. But sometimes what I do is I find a base, and instead of looking for loot, I look for this one is another not great example, but I look for where I can get my queen to take out or get close or like kind of funnel the royal champion into getting the scatter shot, monolith, or spell tower. And the reason I do that is there's still that achievement that I don't have, which is destroy however many monolith spell towers or scatter shots. So I use the Warden ability here because the Queen's health was getting low, and hopefully the Royal Champion can step in and take the scatter shot. I don't think she'll be able to take the Monolith. I actually don't think she'll be able to take either. She's going to sustain too much damage. So I end the battle once she gets to the point where her ability. So if you see her auto ability recharges a little bit, or it doesn't recharge enough, but I got enough loot out of there. So the reason I'm doing that is, like I said, these achievements. So I guess I'm just kind of like achievement grinding down here because if I don't do it now, I'm probably never going to do it. At some point, I got to try it. So I'm still kind of baiting those scatter shots, spell towers, and monolith while I'm doing this. And I think those will probably finish up pretty soon too, because those are also some of the hardest ones to get in the game. But yeah, so that's how my progress has been going so far with this trophy drop. Yeah, like I said, it's kind of hard to get loot, and everything is really expensive. Everything is like over 10 million. The cheapest things that I would like to upgrade are these builder huts that cost 12 million. So I'm going to probably start upgrading like these mortars and stuff. Right now, I have the town hall cold storage, army camp. I somehow got to like that took a lot of grinding to get to how many million. Well, this one's maxed out. It took 19 million. And the reason there's a 5 notification, I don't know if this is bugging anybody, it's because I have the gold, builder elixir, dark elixir, and more gold just saved up here because people can't steal this. So it's basically a temporary storage as long as I don't forget for 18 days, which I won't forget. The only bad part about that is you might get a little annoyed by the 5 notification there. But another thing that I wanted to show is we've been doing some wars, and I think we're on the verge of getting a perfect war here. The only thing we have left is this one for Guardy. So yeah, I attack or Ares, who's our number one. So it goes 1, 2, 3, or I'm number 3. Okay, I don't know what I was trying to say there. Ares got 1, 2. I was hoping Guardy gets 3, 4, and then so right away as soon as the war starts, it's kind of in my time zone when I wake up 9 a.m. I'm in England, so it's like I don't know what time zone you call that, but I think it's +00 international. So the minute I wake up, the war actually starts. So I was the first one. I got 3 stars and then another 3 stars. And I kind of just set the stage. So people attack lower than where I am. And I marked these 2 for Guardy because I knew Ares is going to take 1, 2. But everything started getting taken. And then we ended up perfect warring. So then this guy, or perfect warring minus this one. So then minus these 2. So this guy was like, hey, I'm just going to attack this. And he did a pretty good attack there. I could show it, but I kind of want to show mine. So what I've been doing is a new strategy. Last war was one of our hardest wars for me because I think I was number 2 and I had to face like Town Hall 16. So I was like, hey, my normal E-Drag Queen Walk isn't going to cut it. It's not an attack that any pros use whatsoever. I was like, I got to be cheesy. I got to start using Super Archer Bloom. I know how to do it. I'm pretty good at it because I've been doing it on my second account for a while with the Super Wizard Bombs. So I use the Grand Warden to take the blimp in, and then I just Super Archer out, because literally every base I feel like is susceptible to this strategy. I think I might have lost a couple Super Archers to something there. I'm not really sure, but it doesn't really matter. I got the 3-star at the end of this attack. Those balloons killed these guys, but that's just so much of the base taken away. And then I rock in with, I think, call this Hydra or something. Or, yeah, Hydra. It's just when you use both types of dragons. So I still have the queen with giant arrow. I think it's just kind of fun. And you can do a little mini queen walk here too. So the queen does a bunch of damage to all these buildings along the way. And I carry the baby dragon for this reason, because it usually forms like a C with the super archers. And if I would have dropped that baby dragon a second earlier, she would have taken out, or he or whatever would have taken out that building, and the dragons would have been pushed down with this main push. But it actually ended up not being too bad that 3 of these dragons branched off, because then they're gonna kind of like start the cleanup over here, because this scatter shot's already distracted. I guess because the Royal Champion runs in. I'm not too good with the Royal Champion timing for this attack. I think you just throw her in with everything else. You don't really want to save her. But the reason these dragons don't follow too far ahead and keep up with the Royal Champion or keep up with these Dragon Riders is because I have the King upgrading. So the Dragons and the Queen are basically cleanup, and the Dragon Riders are basically the defensive ones. So they're going to go first if you're not cleaning up fast enough. But the cleanup usually won't ever go first. So I swapped out one of the Dragon Riders for an extra dragon. But if I had my Barbarian King, like in Clan War League or something, they would be caught up with the Dragon Riders. So the Dragon Riders ran ahead again. I've been kind of trying to tweak this army because I'm going to keep my Barbarian King upgrading at all times. I'm going to try to keep tweaking it so that it works better, but I feel like this is kind of good enough because the Dragon Rider just kind of ran ahead right at the end there, which isn't the biggest deal because I still 3-starred. It happened to be a multi-inferno, which could possibly kill my queen at full health, but it didn't, so it didn't really matter. And another thing is, I'll take a look at my profile after this, but my dragons are still only Town Hall 14 level. So when I went to Town Hall 15, and every time I drop a couple of balloons, just because they can knock out a couple of defenses when they're under the Warden ability. Technically, I don't know if I needed the Warden ability. Yeah, I kind of did. I want the Archer to get close enough to Town Hall to secure the Town Hall, because it's such a main defense, and the Eagle, it was just a good spot if I got them right there. And you kind of want to drop them on top of a building, because then there's for sure no bombs on top of a building. But this sucks because then the Warden dies every time when I use the Warden like that. But whatever. I mean, it's give and take with this strategy. But yeah, the Super Archers at this point took out the whole base, and you can basically 3-star with any strategy. I could go in here with just all Giants and probably 3-star still, assuming I had my King. But heroes are just so powerful, so the heroes are really just what matters for this attack. And then just adding the dragon. That's why I like the other one that people use. I can show the GHS guy who attacked the number 4. He used Super Barbarians, which is kind of a common attack strategy with this, is you just walk your heroes along and then you just sprinkle in Super Barbarians as they go, like I do with my all Wall Breaker account. But the thing about this strategy is I'm 3-starring these Town Hall 14s, and I'm keeping up in war, and I have my Barbarian King down at all times, which is kind of the goal, to be good enough at attacking that when you're a hero down, you're still clutching up for the clan with 3-stars. Now, if I was doing my Queen Walk, like, maybe I wouldn't be able to 3-star this, but the Super Archer Blimp, I know the whole thing is that it's inconsistent because you never know if the Super Archer is going to land on a giant bomb or something, but I almost think it's just such a consistent attack strategy. I think I'm going to stick with it while I'm still down here with these trophies, because when I'm down with these trophies, I don't use the troops. And with the old attack strategy, it was annoying because like sometimes I would use the Flame Flinger and stuff. But with this, I'm never touching my Clan Castle troops. So I was like, hey, if I'm never using my Clan Castle troops, I might as well just do this attack strategy. So I'll just wait till the next war. So I have him in my Clan Castle right now, and I'm waiting till the next war to use my my Super Archers and whatever else is in there. And I still can donate my invisibility spells to other people because people request that. So it's still not that bad of a spell composition for donations because I'm not really doing attacking. So that's kind of like my priorities. Isn't like attacking with them, and also like I can just launch dragons and stuff if I want to do some like if I find like a really juicy loot base, I can just drop some dragons and get extra loot, almost like sneaky goblins and stuff. The reason it wasn't good with the E-Drag is because I kind of had the Queen Walk, and sometimes I'm like, oh, I don't want a Queen Walk, I just want to drop like a dragon and get this Elixir Swords, like that's it. So this is kind of like the perfect storm for me to try this attack strategy, and the thing that I keep trying to say, but I keep getting distracted by myself, by my own talking, is my dragons are only Town Hall 14 level. So I'm able to do all this stuff, and I'm attacking with 1 level lower of dragons. And you might think like, oh, it doesn't really matter, like levels of troops when you get to these higher town halls, like it kind of doesn't really matter. All that matters is really like the Warden ability and stuff, but I'm not even using the Warden in these attacks. If these dragons each had an extra little pack of punch or some more health, they would work so much, like they can tank way further and go way faster too, because the Dragon Riders are max for Town Hall 14. So yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to that. And when I went to Town Hall 15, I maxed out the E-Drags with a hammer and the healers with a book of fighting. I have one more hammer of fighting I bought, So the minute my wall breakers are done, I think that's what I'm upgrading. I think in 2 days, I might use a research potion to speed it up. I'm just gonna upgrade the dragons right away, and I'm gonna become that much more powerful again in Clan War. I actually think if I were to raid the top guy, the number one, I think I could have a good chance of three-starring, but it's not like on me to get the number one guy. It's our number one guy to get the number one guy. It just shows like how valuable I can be in war if I need to, but in war, it doesn't matter how good you are attacking. It really just matters how good you are at not being selfish and helping out the clan. So this guy, this number four, he was like, "So who do I attack?" And I was like, "Attack number 7 and 8," and like he's attacking number four in this attack. And Ares, our one guy, was like, "Why can't he attack who he wants?" And I was like, like you're kind of right. Like he should attack who he wants, but I want him to want to attack the lower guys because I know you get higher star bonus and you get more ores and stuff higher up, and it's so tempting even if you don't get 3 stars. But it's something about like being a good team player, kind of. And the people that are most valuable to the clan aren't the ones that can like 3 star the one guy like 50% of the time. It's the guy that you don't even have to talk to twice like what I'm doing, like just attacks lower and just sets the bar for where everybody else should attack. So some other good people who do like I think most of my clan actually does that, to be honest. So like my logic with Nader too, this is my co-leader, is I'm always like, hey, if you get 1 3-star down lower, then you can do like a risky attack and attack higher up, which I think is perfectly fair because if everybody does that, then we'll have a perfect war. And obviously not everybody's going to be able to, but if you attack lower and then get a 3-star, then risk it and go higher. And then if you 3-star both, then good for you. Then you had the opportunity to prove that higher 3-star that you wanted to do. Um, but yeah, we're just waiting on Guardy to finish this war. I don't know what he's doing. An hour, he said he's gonna do it. We'll watch Ares attack here on number one. I forget. I did watch this one live. He just went to Town Hall 16, so our best guy in our clan is going to Town Hall or is Town Hall 16. So clearly these are all like max troops, and he has the hero boost right now too. So I think the current meta is Root Riders. So he kind of does a Root Rider spam attack. You can't really even. I don't know if you call this smash attack. I don't know what smash attack means. Maybe you call this a smash attack because there's no like flame flinger, queen walk, warden walk. There's no like setup walk or anything or like siege barracks. It's just like throw everything in. Usually that's how witches are. So I guess root riders clearly can still be good even in that like kind of basic attack strategy. Like think of it like this: if you use dragons and just launch them up the side here, you would not be getting a 3-star. No way. So that just shows how powerful Root Riders are as a troop. And a lot of people use like Yetis and Witches, or what's another common one? I think just like Witches. I'd have to look at the troops because I forgot what the old spammy attacks are. But clearly that shows how good these are. Sometimes Super Archers. E-Dract is obviously very common for that too. But yeah, so there's actually one more thing that I want to show. Well, before I show that, yeah, so I can get these dragons to the next town. Oh, wait, let me go to the lab. Actually, my pet house is maxed out. I need to upgrade this thing as soon as I can, but I don't know when I'll get 19 million. It's going to be near impossible down here. Somehow I got to get that. So yeah, in 2 days, upgrade the dragons with the hammer. And then after that, I'll just probably spend my dark elixir on something stupid like witches. But like I was saying, like I probably won't ever do spammy attacks like that. I always like to do like very strategic or something like cool looking attacks or like, and I always try to stick to air. So this kind of is like air attack ish. Um, but one thing I wanted to show is I never showed Clan Capital in this on this channel, and I love Clan Capital. I'm like so self-proclaimed good at it. Like I have 4 accounts, so I get tons of practice every raid weekend. But we finally just went to District Hall level 8. I got to keep this quick because I don't know how long I've been recording. And I don't know if the episode could go too long, but it's kind of cool. We finally got the District Hall with like the black on the top. I think that always looks so cool. And I built this base myself. I keep forgetting to move this ruins into the middle of the base because you can just take this out with 1 pack of minions. They just come in. If you clear all these buildings, they just come in and take out that guy, take out this. It's kind of cheap. So yeah, that's one thing I always keep in mind when attacking the clan capital. But one thing that I want to show off is I've never had this, and I think it looks pretty cool. My first account got 24K, second account, third account, and then Franco Mac. Usually, sometimes they're scattered in a different order, but I thought it was pretty cool how it went Franco 1, 2, 3 in 1, 2, 3 order, and then Mac at the bottom. And this just shows that I'm not like just like cheesing it where I do an attack with one of my accounts and only get like a couple capital gold. Um, let's actually look at, I don't know, let's just look at like one of the replays I do on Franco quick. So I kind of am very good at attacking the default bases. This takes a lot of like skill and practice, and I watch a lot of YouTube videos on this. So I kind of know exactly what I'm doing with all of these defenses, kind of. So this base was a little bit different. This air bombs usually isn't there, so I want to pick it off quick. I don't really want to go into it, but yeah, so what you can do is you can kind of sandbag. So you like throw an attack into one of the bases, and then that doesn't get too much capital gold, and just enough, and like end the battle so that your next attack with the other account gets like a shit ton of capital gold. But I don't ever do that. I just try to get the maximum I can because yeah, just try to help out the clan so we can progress as much as possible. But with this attack, I'm clearing out a lot of these buildings, and the main thing is so I'm going to zap out up here. The main thing is you want to take out all the air defenses so that these minions can clean up the bottom. And then with that last zap, there's no other air targeting defenses up here. So the minions, and I drop another pack down here to start cleaning up, the minions will be able to take out this entire thing in the barbarian camp. And then what I do, I'll put it in 2 times speed here, is once these buildings go down, you can actually take out this giant section here because it's the default layout. You do a wall breaker, 2 skeleton barrows on top of this giant cannon, another wall breaker to distract, and then a P.E.K.K.A. And it should clear these out, I think, almost every time. Sometimes the skeletons struggle to get through that wall, so I might have to drop another wall breaker. This one might not actually work. So yeah, I didn't have another wall breaker to break through that wall, but if I did, all these defenses would have went down. And then, like, you can almost one-shot these. I know you can, but, like, I never really do. It's kind of hard. But this is an easy 2-shot for me. So all of my attacks were just 2 shots on bases. That's kind of the key to Clan Capital. As long as you can 2-shot, so this one, how did I say that? I actually 3-shotted that. I cleaned up this guy's, cleaned up that guy's. A lot of times, like, people do an attack and don't get that much percent, and I just clean it up and get, like, 80 of the percent, because I'm like, I know I can do it. But yeah, I think that's it for the video. I think I covered a lot of things. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.